Hello and welcome again to River Valley Farm. Day after I went through and moved everything, and I got a terminal for this cable. So we're going to start with the 140 here and see if we can get it to run again and see what we got to do with that. And if we have opportunity, we'll move on to the fan hub on the B, which actually, before I get too carried away here, I need to see if I got the right grease fitting. Yes, this is supposed to be oil bath, but I have a used fan hub here, and I would much rather not use this one than buy a new one, but the seals are in fact bad on this one too. So I got a grease fitting, actually 3 grease fittings here, and I'm hoping one of them is a match for this. I hope. So anyway, start with the long one. See if it'll do me any good. And so far, no, it does not match the threads. Nope, this is just a hair bigger. This is supposed to be a 1/4 28. I don't know what that is. Probably like a number 10 or maybe even a number 12 machine screw, I guess. Either way, probably going to, once I take this off of the tractor, look into rebuilding the old one and see what we can do with that. I have taps, and that honestly feels like it's close enough it would tap out to that size, so we may have to try that and see what happens. But anyway, up next I got to pull that cable off and solder a new end on it. So that is what we're going to work on right now. Alright, so there's a piece. I have some ridiculously small solder here, so this is going to be great fun for me. But let's see what happens. Alright. And now the fun part, we got to sit here and let that cool. Nice. Electrical repair solder. I thought I had bigger pieces than that, but I don't. So anyway. Now then. Okay, so that has to cool good, and then we should be ready to throw the cable on, throw the battery in, and see what happens next. Hopefully it just starts up and runs like it should. That'd be really nice. Alright, let's see if we get any cranking this time. We can only hope, right? Nope. Okay then. Guess that's enough of that for today. Okay, welcome back to the next day. Same video, different day. I think we left off last night with after I fixed the positive cable, it still wouldn't crank. So I'm wondering if my button, the starter button here, has gone bad. It wouldn't be the first time that that's happened. I don't remember the last time it happened, but I know I've seen it done before. It's kind of hard to understand things when you've been around it. Well, yeah, this tractor's been on the farm longer than I have. I'm 39 now, and well, this thing's been here longer than me. So anyway, yeah, we'll yank that battery back out of there and see what we can figure out. All right, so before I get into pulling the battery out, I had a thought here. You can see I am wired directly to the battery with my meter. I have 12.12 volts. So my thought is, I wonder if my ground cable's any good. Because in theory, I should be able to go to ground anywhere on this tractor, basically. There's a clean spot or what have you, and get a voltage reading. Okay, so it's actually to the bolt that it's on, it's good. But then if we come over here to a starter bolt, and I'm doing this as I go here because I don't know if this is the problem or not. It's just something I thought I should check. And yeah, we are good there. Next up, I really should have brought my tripod today, I guess, but whatever, I didn't. So anyway, I'll lay this thing over and see, does the battery fall off or not? No. So okay, so our switch is not making contact. Good enough. Now we pull the battery out. All right then, so got the switch off as such. I'm gonna ohm test it and see if it makes any contact or not. Is it savable? Is it not? Basically, they're not really a serviceable item. You could take it apart and fix it, I guess, but not a very common practice. Well, interesting. That works. Okay then, next up. Okay, so with the I've got all the cables pulled out, the battery's hooked up. I've got it hooked up to just the starter switch here. We're not hooked up to the key, so the tractor will not fire, but if it's going to crank, it should crank. Okay then, so yeah, apparently we just had a bad connection someplace. So now we get to put it all back together and see what happens. Okay, so fuel on. Fuel on, okay. Neutral. Will it start now? Okay, that's acceptable. Must be low on hydraulic oil though. So anyway. And then let me go grab my meter, we'll see if it's charging. throttle. It's building up. So anyway, it does charge. I guess you can call that charging anyway. The generator systems I'm not too familiar with. Usually just when the battery won't stay up, we just put an alternator on the thing, but you know, this one still works, so we'll leave it alone. Okay, so we had to air up some tires. Both front ones were low and the right rear was low. Got all that done. Oh, that's a hitch pin rattling back there. Okay, good. And we're out for a drive on a 1965 Farmall 140. It's smoked like that since I've been around it. This is the first tractor I ever drove when I was like 3 years old, so I'm not too concerned. That was a little bit more than normal, but anyway, it's been sitting for a year. It's bound to have the hiccups, right? Maybe more hiccups than I wanted it to have. Okay. So I'm guessing our carburetor's plugged up again because I just had to choke it. Anyway. Let's drive it on and get it up anyway, I guess, right? Okay, so once I get around this turn here, I'll show you what I just did. We are definitely starving for gas. Push the choke in a little bit. Pull the choke back out and it'll run again. So something is plugging it up, whether it be because of, ethanol, gasoline, I don't know, we'll see. Generally you have problems when you leave things sit for long periods of time though. And now it won't crank at all. We made it, you know, we're back here. I mean, close, but not quite, right? So anyway, let's see. Well, the sediment bulb is still full, or it appears to be. Not much help because it won't crank anyway, but hey, whatever. We're gonna look and see if we got gas flowing out of the tank or not. I hope we do, but we'll see. Smells like good fuel. And that should be plenty enough adequate to keep the thing running anyway, I would think, just driving around. Maybe not if you were working it hard, but that should be plenty adequate to keep it running. So I guess that leaves us with an electrical problem. Or well, no, not only an electrical problem. An electrical problem and a fuel problem getting to the carburetor. Anyway. I guess now I need to find a way to get this back up to the barn. Okay, so the carburetor bowl was full, so we can only estimate, or I can only estimate that this jet in here must be plugged again. Or something like that is plugged again. Which again, an inline fuel filter might solve all the problems I'm having with this, but anyway, or at least make it a little bit easier to fix. As far as fuel goes, maybe I don't know what we're gonna do about cranking. I got to pull this battery back out and see if I can figure it out. Okay, so before I got up in the seat, it cranked. So let's see if it'll do that again for me. And maybe start too, that would help. fuel flowing again. Interesting. Carburetors can be fun. Let's see if we can get up the hill here. Before it does this again. And get it put away for the night. I think that's about all I'm good for today. I've had about enough after yesterday's escapade. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back. See if we can figure out this thing the rest of the way. And of course, there's the bee in there too. We got to work on that. So thanks for watching. I'll be back.